Welcome to Tran teaches you how to play Final Stardust Cosmic Nexus. This is version 0.4.4, and I have no doubt that it will see more development and be different by the time it gets in your hands. Right now, there is no saving, no experience, no shop, deck building, or any of that stuff. Everything is going to be reset when you close the game. I'll be leaving my feedback notes in titles around the screen, but it won't be verbal or audio style. It'll just be little text. At the beginning, you get to choose your deck. We can choose between Venus, which is tankiness, Mercury, which is healing, Jupiter, which is utility, and Mars, which is burst. I'm going to go ahead and use two different decks by starting the application over. We're going to start with Earth, just because it's the one that you start on as your selector. This right here just tells us we can fly around in different islands. We have a Jupiter flying form. That's Fenrir talking to us. It's kind of like a little pet that turns into a giant plane for us. I'm sure there's a lot of lore there that we don't actually know about. And he's just telling us we have more islands to visit, and normally you would not be able to hit or go to the next island until you've hit every location on the current island. As of this review build, everything is accessible. Each location is assigned a number, and to navigate, you just click on it. Not too much here that we need to worry about. Remember that most things are not actually available to us. With this Earth deck, we're going to go attack this guy who's using a fire deck. This is an Astro Link cutscene. I don't know if cutscene is the right word, but sure, we'll go with it. We're just going to talk to him, and there's no options that you can pick from. You just say something, and when he becomes happier with you, his dialogue would be different. In this version of the game, there's only one level. Later on, they'll award us cards for defeating them. You raise your friendship by, how else, beating them to a no, it is battle, but you don't actually physically hurt them. Hey, good to see you again. If you ever feel a little bit rusty, I am always up for a challenge. You gotta make sure you stay on track. I miss Fenrir already. I hope he's doing well. But I have no doubt in my mind that he will learn a lot of things with you. Good battle. This is my second round of trying to record this. The first round was a lot of me being confused. I thought, you know, if I was confused, maybe other people would be too. I'll make a video on how to beat it. This is my first time actually using an Earth deck. I just went burst the first time through. Thought I'd switch things up a bit. We have level 2 summons, and this is no good to us. So let's just go ahead and get rid of them. In fact, let's go ahead and get rid of everything so we can try to draw new cards. While we would like to keep a level 2 card on hand, it's more important that we get at least one level 1. So now we've got 2 level 1s. This is good. We can only summon one level 1 Plano on our turn. Here he's going to kind of try to explain that we have 3 phases: standby, battle, and end phase. We have card preview, which is right here. Standby phase, this is when we're able to do all the magic. That's kind of the main phase. I don't think standby should be the right word. It should probably be called the main phase. Planos are our monsters. Battle phase is when we start attacking things. End phase is when we're done and any delayed effects trigger. Magi, that's MG, that's your hit points. He has 3,000, I have 3,000. Additionally, we can create different effects by clicking this little 3 bars button next to Fenrir's face in the dark right here. There's no way I can light it up or anything while still having this tutorial window up. We have the elemental table there on the top left, and we have a graveyard as the black hole over here. This is our settings. We can turn off animations on the left. We can draw a specific card we want at any point. It's kind of a cheat option. Here's our table. The reason why I picked Earth is I knew that this first dude would be fire. The second dude we'll fight is also fire, but I'll just switch things up. We can see that Earth fighting fire, we will do twice the damage, and fire fighting Earth will do half the damage. So we have an inherent advantage with our characters. I can actually summon this guy, which is a white element. We'll consider it holy or something. And it does double damage to everything except triple to darkness. We could really just go with Fenrir and we'd be fine. But let's go with the Earth exclusive creature right here. It is a Taurus. Now note that the red icon was Plano, but then the blue icon below it says Taurus. It has an EP of 300, which is its elemental power, or attack points. It will do 300 damage if it attacks him. It is weak to darkness, that's fine. And it casts Enduring Earth, which is increasing max hit points by 30%. We're going to go ahead and use Hogotori, which is a more enhanced version of this Taurus. I'm going to cast it on him. This will quickly evolve him. So basically it's a little chick that hatches into more of a weird rooster thing. Now it does 1200 damage. For whatever reason, you, the player, do not get to attack on your first turn, but the enemy has no such problems. He just summoned was a special unit called a Mazai, which goes in this little corner right here. We can also have a little corner underneath Fenrir's face right there. Planos, which are the monsters, and Mazais, I think of them as little secretaries. Simons, spells, and Ishugi. Simons are things like enchantments. So Planos are the monsters that evolve. Mazais are our secretaries. Simons are, as you can see here, it says increases the Planos EP by 1000. I know it's hard to see because it's very tiny, but basically this would increase my attack power. Spells are damage to enemy, like Fireball, and we are getting an extra little notch here every turn. Just basically a mana capsule, essentially. And finally we have Aishugi, which is an ultimate. It requires both my elemental attack as well as my own life force. I have 3000 life and I have 0 attack points used at the moment. This one is just a regular spell, and this one is an Aishugi. Let's take a look on the left side. You can see that would require 1 earth element, though it does say fire right here. I think it's just, it doesn't represent anything right now. When I attack, it should go up to 1. And it will cost me 300 life to use. When I cast it, it's going to do 1200 damage to all the enemy, multiplied by the elemental modifier. Let's go ahead and summon our second Plano, and then we'll go to the battle mode. We can actually have everybody attack, including the guy that just got summoned. For whatever reason, just the first turn you can't battle, which I think probably leads to some confusion there. I do think that this should just go ahead and auto move to the next thing if there's absolutely nothing you can do. When you wish to cancel a card, there'll be an X button over here. Oh wait, I said I would leave my feedback, my developer feedback in text scrawls, so we'll stop that. We'll summon another Plano. We don't actually have any spells to cast against him, because he has no units out. We completely decimated him. Let's restart the application, pick a different deck, and we'll fight the number 25 or whoever the highest value is on the islands. We have to restart the application in full in order to pick a new deck. It's not something that you're supposed to. I'm just doing it to kind of show you different things throughout the game. And this is an explanation video after all. Our first deck was an earth-based build with tankiness as our line of thought, though the enemy never got a chance to do anything about our creatures. Taking a look at our deck, we can see all the stuff here, and what does it all mean? Well, if we take a look at Assault, it says here, increases a Plano's elemental power by 1000. This means that I would do 1000 more damage. Let's take a look at a creature. This is a Mazai. That's not really something we need to look at the moment. How about this one? This is a Plano. If it hits an enemy, it'll do 500 damage. Remember that the enemy hero, commander, player, whatever you want to call it, has 3000 life. So this would do 1/6 of his life. If we were to cast Assault on it, now it goes from 500 to 1500. That's actually very, very powerful. This is our Fenrir. It's just part of your, I guess we'll call it your plot-based monster, because he's your tutorial monster. He's the guy that the protagonist character is talking about. I don't know why they call him the protagonist. You're the protagonist, I would assume. This deck has a total of 11 Planos, 2 Mazais, 3 enchantments, 2 spells, and then 2 ultimates. Let's confirm. Alright, and then we're going to go to this number 21 here. The tutorial only appears once, but because I restarted the application, it is going to show up again. I'm guessing this is his dad or something. Wait, you know Mephisto? That's good to hear. I wish I spent more time around him, but life made it otherwise. I know I'm asking for too much, but can I count on you to be there when he needs help? He can be awkward sometimes, but he isn't a bad person. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to know the potential that he has. Alright, so we have a Mazai. Not really interested in that, so yeah, we're gonna definitely mulligan, and we're gonna go and toss everything. We need at least one monster out, or we're hosed. Okay, we got one. That's good. This does 600 attack damage. I'm not sure I should summon right now. In fact, you know what? We're not even going to summon. I will just leave it alone. Yep. Because we would immediately, if he had summoned something like that, he would attack this guy and hurt him. We don't want that. So we'll take the damage. We have the life points to spare. He doesn't necessarily do so. Alright, now we're going to go and summon him. Unfortunately, we don't have any evolution forms of him. This is also a fire-based monster, so they're going to do about half damage to each other. If I cast this on him, he'll go up to 1900, and I should do 850 damage a swing, so I should be able to kill him in 2 hits. If I wanted to cancel my assault, I would click this X button. Now we'll go and attack. I don't personally know why you can't attack in the first round, and the enemy can, but whatever. It was a deliberate choice on my part not to summon my creature on that first round, so I wouldn't take a hit. Look how much damage I took. Like, he'd be dead at this point. We're gonna go and try to heal him. We have here that would do 1200 damage. Would actually kill him. Remember that he would take half this value. This would consume 300 of my life points and my attack power. But this is my ultimate. Maybe we don't want to do that right now. Just to let the battle advance further and let the enemy have a chance to cast cards, we're going to go ahead and just attack his guy instead of casting my ultimate. Remember that there's no summoning sickness, so anything he summons can attack me right away. There, we got a Pyro Ball, so now we can hit him specifically. But it's still not a Plano. I need more Planos. If he doesn't do anything, I will win, though. If he doesn't get anybody summoned. The shoe would be on the other foot if I had summoned him my first turn. My guy would have literally have been dead, and I wouldn't have been able to do anything. I can go ahead and summon this guy. This is an Ares. Alright, and check this. Once the animation finishes, which I can always interrupt, we're going to go ahead and evolve him. We're going to completely wreck this guy. We're going to start with a Pyro Ball. We're going to target his bird. And then we're going to go ahead and just use up a little bit of our life force to ultimate the field. We're not taking any prisoners. We'll end our turn. Right, I'm going to attack with this guy because he does less damage, but it is enough to kill the bird. Then, nail in the coffin. And that's how you play Final Stardust. I look forward to seeing what this game does. The developer seems really passionate about his project. Once gameplay records your progress and actually has some measure of increasing the depth of how the player responds or interacts with the game world, the gameplay loop will be far more interesting. But right now, all we can do is just run up to people and fight them. If you could, please go ahead and hit that like button for me so that the developer thinks that I did a good job talking about his game. Thank you very much for watching. Tran teaches you how to play Final Stardust Cosmic Nexus. See you next time.